Hey everyone, my name's Justin and this is my review of the Unit 1 Sound Shield Audio Helmet. So I've been riding on this helmet for 4 days now, which isn't a lot, but as far as I've seen on YouTube, there hasn't been any other reviews where the YouTuber hasn't been given a unit by Unit 1. So this should be the first review where I bought this unit. They did not send me this. This is my unbiased review of it. So I know it's not a lot of time, but it is enough that I've been able to develop some opinions on it. Here they are. So I guess first things first, for those of you who don't know what this helmet is, this is a audio helmet that has headphones built into it. So these can actually pop out. They get locked in and they can actually pop out. The thing that makes this special is that the controls can be used with gloves on. So you don't need to take out your phone and you don't need to take off your gloves to be able to adjust things. It can be done with gloves on. So that's what makes this helmet this helmet. If you already know what it is, then you're obviously here for the review and my thoughts on it, which, just to give you my overall opinion, I think that this is an okay helmet. I think that they have a lot to work on for it to actually be a good helmet, but if you can listen to all the problems and still decide that you want it, I think that this is the only and best option to actually use like full-size mittens to be able to actually adjust your phone and listen to music while on the slopes. I've tried a lot of other ones that have smaller buttons, big buttons. Like, it just seems that even with big buttons that are on the side of your, like the pucks that go in the ear or something on the side of the helmet, it seems hard to know which buttons you're pushing. So you could accidentally power it off if it has like a middle power button or something like that. Whereas this is much more viable of an option to actually control it with your gloves on. So I don't think it's anywhere near perfect, but I do think that it could work for some people. Again, if you listen to the pros and cons. So first off, I'll start with the pros. Let me stick this thing back in here real quick. My first pro is the sound quality. So while going down the mountain, this definitely has the best sound quality of any of the headphones that I've used. With that said, taking these off and just wearing them around, not the best sound quality. It seems to be very heavy on bass and not the clearest if you try and compare it to high-end headphones. I personally don't take these out to listen to music, but while you're on the mountain, the bass is actually kind of nice because you have a lot of noise while you're carving and wind noise, so it's good for on the mountain. The second is obviously the reason why I bought this, which is the glove controls. It is viable. You can control this without ever needing to take out your cell phone while on the mountain. Next, it definitely feels really secure while it's on your head. These frames going down to hold the headphones in really kind of, I don't know if cup your head is the right feeling, but instead of it just sitting on your head, it definitely feels more secure while it's sitting on your head. And then lastly is the battery life. So this is supposed to last for like 12 hours, I think is what it said. Again, if you've been to the channel before, you know this isn't necessarily a tech spec review. This is more so just my opinions on using the helmet after 4 days of riding. Every day that I've ridden this, it seems to go down about 30%. So I can ride for like an 8-hour day and it will go down like 30%. So whatever they're doing to insulate the battery, they are doing that right. Next is the negative. I'm going to try and run through these pretty fast because I don't want this to be a really long video. So the first thing is that this helmet is heavy. I tried to buy one for my wife, just as a reference. She's around 100 pounds, and when she put it on her head, she was just like, the side to side is too heavy. So we actually had to return it, and the weight is the same from small to large. There's like a very small difference, but this was something like 19 ounces and her helmet now is like 11 ounces, so almost double. If you're a bigger person, it's fine. If you're a really small person, it could be cumbersome while it's on your head, especially while you're going down the mountain. The next are the buttons themselves. So in my opinion, the volume knob has too much resistance on it. It has a gear type function to it where it'll go and then catch, go and then catch. And while you have your gloves on, it's just too much resistance while you're trying to move the buttons. Next is just the main button on the helmet. This is the power, play, turn off, all that stuff is just one big button. And I think that it needs more of like a tactile response when you press it, because basically if I'm just playing and pausing a song, I'm just gonna go up and smack the side because I don't know if I'm actually hitting or not. Whereas if it had like an actual good like press indent type of feel, then I think that it would be more viable. And also with the buttons, I don't like that there's only one button. I think that this whole side is open and it should have some type of button for it. With that, the power button is on the outside here. This, you press it 3 times to turn it off and 4 times to turn it, 3 to turn it on, 4 to turn it off. And when you put it in a bag or anything, it seems to just turn on for some reason. And same thing when you have it on your head. The strap goes right over this button area and it will turn down your volume and it will also turn off your helmet. And even though it takes 4 clicks, I don't know how, but the strap just being there will turn off the helmet. It will pause music all the time, that kind of thing. I'm actually going to make a little lip that goes over this so the strap won't touch the volume knob. And if I had to guess, the resistance on the volume knob is because of the strap going on the outside, and they probably didn't want it to affect it. I can't wear my strap on the inside of my helmet because I don't have any room on the inside of my helmet because it's tight. The weird thing is that if I take out the headphones, it's a perfect fit. When I put the headphones in, it presses on my ears just a little bit. So because of that, I can't put on a beanie. I can just wear like a thin baklava, and I can't wear my straps on the inside just because there's not enough room. That's just a fitment issue. If I were to go a size up, it would probably be fine, but I like the way that this helmet fits, so I wouldn't go a size up. The next thing is the locks on the side. So the way that this helmet works, or the way that the headphones get locked in, is called a quad lock system. They have it right here on the back. And you basically pop these 2 locks up, these 2 yellow locks, and then it pops in and out. And then you can take the headphones out if I can grab them. So it pops in and out just like that. So basically, the problem that I've run into, and I've done this twice on the mountain now, is while I'm adjusting my volume on this side, I will hit this lock. And since there's no actual lock for the lock, like something for it to just kind of set into, that will come loose and then it kind of pops in like that. Seems like a pretty weird design flaw to not have the locks lock back. Next is the charging port. This has a like little 3.5 millimeter audio jack charging port, which one I hate because if I lose that charging cable, I can't charge it without like ordering something special off Amazon, and Best Buy doesn't have anything like that. So I would literally have to either order it from them or go to Amazon and hope that they had it. And if I'm on the mountain, there's no way that I'd be able to get it there until I'm done the trip or something like that. So I think that was really bad of them to do. The only thing I can think is it saved on manufacturing costs to only have to have 1 port, and it has like this little rubber cover over it. The other thing about this port is that you have to take the headphones out of the helmet to charge it, which I'm never taking these out other than for charging because I'm not using them for just walking around. Like, it's just not, like I said before, it's not good enough sound quality for me to wear them around. Sorry if putting them on my head there was weird. I kind of just wanted to put them on to show you, but it was also kind of weird. There are no adjustments on the vents for how much air you let in or out. And for me, I can only fit a thin baklava under this, so my head gets pretty cold. We just went in 5-degree weather this last weekend, and my head did get cold, and I had to buy something else for my neck to compensate for this. So the only thing, again, I can think for this is cheaper manufacturing without adjustable vent covers. And then finally is the app. So the app is supposed to work as a walkie-talkie feature as well. So if you press and hold this button, it's supposed to sync with other devices and work like a walkie-talkie. What we found is if another person doesn't have this actual headphone to trigger the walkie-talkie in the app, then it doesn't actually work. So if somebody's trying to use their phone and talk to you on there, it just plain old doesn't work. So the app trash doesn't work. We use Zello instead, and we have a dedicated button for that. So if that's what you're looking for, the app is a no-go. I wouldn't trust it if I was on the mountain, even if I had 2 people or 3 people with the actual headphones to control the app. So with that said, again, do I recommend this? Kinda. I think that it's good for $250. I think it lines up with the premium helmet market. But personally, I would rather pay $350 and have things like an extra battery on this side and micro USB or USB-C port on it, and something where I don't have to take out the headphones or vents or any of these other features that I think should be standard in a helmet. With that said, if you know what you're getting into and you know what you're jumping into, and basically all you're really getting is a helmet that you can sort of kinda use your gloves to control with, you know, other problems like your straps hitting it and other small issues with the actual buttons themselves, then I think that it's fine. But if you're getting this because you want a perfect snowboard helmet that also has audio built in, this is not that. Hope that you enjoyed the review. By the way, we hit like 120 or 130 subscribers, which is crazy. Half of you guys are here for snowboarding stuff, half of you guys are here for ski stuff. I'm just doing reviews at this point. As long as you guys are enjoying them, that's what matters to me. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.